So I got a new 12-foot Alumacraft John boat, and it was originally green, and then the guy who sold it to me was trying to flip it, so he rattle canned it silver, and he didn't even spray the bottom of the boat, and it looked like crap. So I'm gonna paint the boat. That's the first thing I'm gonna do to it. I'm gonna paint it blue, and I'm using the Alumacraft paint. I'm going to use a sprayer, even though they recommend the brush. I think the sprayer is going to be a lot easier. So we'll go ahead and try to clean up off the silver paint that he used, the rattle can, and I'm probably not going to take it down to bare metal. I'll probably take it down to the green layer of paint that it was painted before underneath, and then we'll try to paint it blue. Alright, let's see how it goes. So I got the old silver paint off for the most part. Just used some paint thinner and got it down to green. A couple of the parts were just going down to bare metal, but for the most part I got it down to the green. Took a few hours. Luckily I had two other hands to help me. But now I think it's ready to paint, so let's go ahead and put the blue Alumacraft on. We went ahead and mixed it with some MEK, and we'll go ahead and put it in the sprayer and see how it goes. So just finished painting it. I used 1 quart of blue Alumacraft. Unfortunately, the 1 quart was only enough for 1 coat. Looks like I saved a little bit to do the gunnels on the top. I'm not going to paint the inside. I think I'm going to carpet the inside. So I wish I had got 2 quarts of blue. I originally got blue and white because I thought I was going to paint it blue and white, but just decided to just do all blue. But it looks pretty good. I wish I could put a second coat on, but I don't think I'll be able to get Alumacraft here in time. So my 12-foot Alumacraft John boat came with a 9.9 Mercury. I think it was a 08 or something like that. Really nice motor. That's actually one of the main reasons I bought it. But it is a little bit more than it's rated for. It's rated for 7 horsepower. It's 9.9. Goes really fast, hops right on plane. Actually, driving around the lake full speed, it's pretty crazy. It's probably a little faster than it should be, but it's a lot of fun to drive. I do want to try to reinforce the transom. So over the next couple days, gonna get some aluminum, and we're gonna try to reinforce the transom. I'm also gonna put in a casting deck. Drove it around a bit, and I think the casting deck will be nice in the front, and it will allow for storage. I'm just going to try to do 1 casting deck opening that opens up into 1 storage lid in the front. I think I saw a guy do it on the YouTube channel Sloughlife. It looked pretty good, so I think I'm going to do something like that. Yep. So over the couple days, we're going to reinforce transom and try to put in a casting deck. Maybe we can think of some other things too. Oh, we're gonna carpet the whole inside of the boat as well. I was originally gonna paint the inside white, but I think it might be easier to just carpet it because it has a lot of rough patches on the inside, and it seems like it's gonna be a real headache to take off all the paint and then try to paint it. So yeah, that's what we're doing over the next couple days. We'll see how it looks. So actually, one of the reasons I want to reinforce the transom, not only because it's a little bit overpowered with the 9.9, it's also because I've actually been towing people on a surfboard and wakeboarding, which is kind of funny on this small boat, but it actually works really well. We get to cruise around and tow a little surfboard, and it's a lot of fun. I think I might tow a tube too. So I just think a little extra strength in the transom will just make me a little more at ease. I was also thinking about upgrading the carburetor in the 9.9 to the 15 horse carburetor. I don't know if it'll actually give you 15 horse, but I've heard that that's the main difference between the two motors. So I think I might go ahead and put that on for a little bit extra power. yeah, and maybe down the line I'll experiment with different propellers, but it seems to work really well. This thing hops right on plane, goes fast. I had probably a 250-pound person in the boat, and then another smaller person in the boat, and then me in the boat. I'm like 175, and we were towing someone on a surfboard. So it was going a little bit slow, but it was still going fast enough to tow a guy on a surfboard. So thing has pretty good power, but having a little bit more would always be fun. So that's something I'm thinking about down the line. So that's one of the reasons I definitely want to reinforce the transom, because it's already a little bit worrisome now, and if I try to make this motor go any faster, definitely put me at ease to reinforce the transom.
So I painted the interior white. I was thinking maybe I wouldn't do it, but I ended up just doing it in the end. I did a little less prep work than the outside of the boat, because it would have just been a ton of work. So I just Scotch-Brite it over the crappy silver paint, and then we painted the Alumacraft over the top. It seems to be holding up pretty well. Doing the templates for the casting deck and the floor. There used to be a chair here, but making instead of a regular swivel, we're doing a swivel one that goes up high. So we're going to use this, cut in the center there so we can put it in. Might, since we're drilling in there anyway, put some type of storage compartment over there. But I want to take the least amount of foam out of this as I can, because I'm not going to do foam on the floor, because I just want better water drainage. So yeah, that's where we're at on that. So we're working on the frame for the casting deck storage area. We're doing the one door design, like I saw in the Sloughlife video. Shout out Sloughlife. This is the aluminum we're using. It's a little bit thinner, so we're having to figure out a way to make it a little bit stronger. So we're probably going to do a little more framing than we were originally going to do. But the thinner aluminum was way cheaper. I think I got a scrap piece for $30. This bigger piece for the brand new piece for $50. Yeah, so let's see how it turns out. So we finished the front compartment casting deck.
We used a thinner aluminum because it was cheaper. That made it so we had to reinforce it a bit more. We had to do a lot of testing where I had my brother stand up on it and test the strength. So we made these little crossbars of aluminum that we put in the center that rest on the support bars, and we just riveted them on there, and we had to do 4 of them, and they work pretty well. They just add, cross support beams that are, they're like a little L around it, so they're supported by those main support beams that we have. Mostly it's riveted. We did a little welding, kind of a rush welding job, so not the prettiest welds in the world, but didn't really prepare the metal right, just a couple fast TIG welds. We got the seat plate in. We just got to put down the carpet, and then we got the main floor area in too. The seat, we just used screws. We thought maybe we'd have to do a support underneath, but we didn't have to. It seemed strong enough. We also in the back put reinforcement for the transom, just a piece of wood, and looks like it's going to work pretty well. I was thinking about doing more reinforcement for the transom, but I think that's going to be good for now, and I think that's going to help with the motor was leaving all sorts of marks back there, and now at least it'll be on the wood now. So we just need to get the carpet in on the front casting deck and the floor, and we'll keep you updated.